Greetings to you. Now, this is a small video to explain and express how I feel about my 9 pillar sleep course and why you might want to consider it if it resonates. First of all, I wish I had this toolkit when I was doing university, when I was raising my children, when I was watching my parents not getting enough sleep and the consequences of that. I didn't realize that so many things that people do, myself included, were decreasing my sleep quality significantly. And that's really, really important to know because there are simple solutions and there is a myriad of optionals that you can really try to explore in enhancing your sleep and really stopping yourself from getting that deep sleep. And that's what I'm all about. So most of my life, I have been interested in and driven by the idea of what makes human beings thrive. That is really seems to be the purpose of my existence. I've studied at university and then I realized I needed to go deeper into the holistic natural sides of things. Dissecting things is great, but it's not holistic. I realized that, well, even when we do that and we look at the genetic level or the immune system or biochemistry, there is so much more like the mind and the way we feel, our subconscious programs, the way the body is positioning, what we put into our mouth, what we eat, how the spine is aligned. And so studying yoga, which was incredible to understand posture and spine and also mental health through deep yogic studies, was one thing that I straight away did. And that was triggered by a car accident where I was told I would always have to have help to support my spine, which inspired me to take charge of it myself, which became yoga, breath work, and really becoming my own healer because our mind is that powerful. So then I studied about the placebo effect. I studied about cancer, which is what motivated me to to go to university and start a PhD initially, long, long ago. And then basically I had children. I enjoyed natural births, conscious parenting as much as I could, going much, much deeper into immunity, mind body connection, how we influence each other and affect our children and the world around us overall. Our energy field, our vibration, which is not woo woo. Everything in our body is electrical and magnetic and has a field that it creates, which people can perceive and which is around us and which is a reflection of our health, physically, mentally, and spiritually, all of that. And so when you meet someone that is radiant and that you connect with, there'll be something on your energy field with theirs that is ticking the box saying, yes, I would like to connect here. I would like this experience. So I continue to study also how we self-sabotage, how the mind works and language with neuro-linguistic programming, deep dive all the way in my own life and also academically, you could call it. So I went to master practitioner level, not just a surface, and that was already powerful enough, but all the way. And then also hypnosis and how we hypnotize ourselves with our inner dialogue, how our parents and society hypnotizes us, and how we can unhypnotize ourselves from patterns like I don't know how to sleep. I've never slept well. Or not realizing that subconsciously we're not sleeping well because something has happened to us when we were little, which made us feel unsafe. And that's still programming us so that we never sleep deeply. So I've also studied deeply on what happens when you don't sleep in the nervous system and the supplements and nutrition, for example, that will support a good nervous system. Essentially, the body needs to feel quite safe to be able to go into the deep, totally rejuvenating aspects of your sleep cycles at night. And that is very interesting too. You basically have clock genes that are happening at different times and 90-minute cycles and different brain frequency states that we have measured and understand. And we can see that when someone has stress or drinks alcohol or clenches their teeth or eats close before bedtime, for example, that those sleeping patterns are disturbed. We know that circadian rhythms are important and that for thousands and thousands of years we have been moving with light and with the natural connection to nature around us. So I can teach you how to basically integrate that back into our modern lifestyle, how to help you with addiction or scrolling, how to help you with light and getting the right light exposure and changing patterns that you may not even realize have been inhibiting your deep sleep. how to work with your vagal tone in your face, in particular, in your shoulders and neck, really simple things, how to work with your mind through other practices. And these are all included in my 9 pillar course. They are made for people who are time poor, and that sounds a bit negative, but most of us are these days, feeling like time is speeding on along fast and like we are more overwhelmed than normally. And so I have catered for that by not talking as much as I'm doing probably right now. So each module is just 5 odd minutes, maybe 6 sometimes. It has a PDF that goes with it that you can work with. And there are recordings and other support that you can use to create new neurological habits. I have studied neural habit formation, and really the smallest steps make a big, big difference. And I'm actually doing everything I teach to help you have the ability to take small steps, so that the smallest steps, which are not overwhelming, are helping you to go into that deeper sleep. And the deeper sleep, of course, you can find out on my podcast and on most of the things I talk about, will mean that you have more mental clarity, reduced mental health issues, reduced risk of Alzheimer's, reduced risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, inflammation, weight dysregulation, gut issues, and energy levels overall will improve as you sleep better. Your immune system will function better. Your whole life will feel like you're taking a whole new lease on it. It is super powerful, and the reason people tend to ignore it is because so far we have been able to use stimulants to help us keep going. We kind of pretend that if we drink a coffee or a green tea, or we do things to stimulate ourselves, we're okay. And yes, we are temporarily okay because we are that resilient and incredible as a human design. But long term, these things have got health, consequences, because at night you do repair and integrate not just your memories and your life experience and your emotions, but also your DNA and your proteins. Everything that you do basically that you have used up during the day or that needs replenishing is replenished at night. So initially you might be fine, and if you're younger, you might be fine, but over the years it adds up, and then I guess it is a price to pay, unfortunately, that I'm trying to prevent for you. So I promise you that I have got a smorgasbord of options so that you can work with your own lifestyle, with your own capacity, even if you only have 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at lunch, and 5 minutes before bed. We can create that change, I promise. And you will realize the benefits will support you in having even more energy to keep going with what you already started. So, my deep study of mind, body, spirit, science, and all the things in between are really making this my life's work. Everything has culminated in this way. And I myself have dealt with sleep deprivation when I've had children, and when you're breastfeeding and you have little kids around and they wake up at different times. I understand from even doing sleep research and staying up all night how devastating that was on my mind. I just, wanted to eat junk food, and I just felt really off because I'm so in tune with myself. It was like a sickness almost after doing 3 night shifts. So there is a lot there. I can help people who are working on night shifts, who are traveling a lot, athletes that really want to get to their peak performance. There are many things I could say right now that are going to help you create that change. So check it out. I would love to hear your questions, and I'm here to help. It really gives me joy to bring everything I've ever studied and spent time on and experienced and seen the devastation of when we don't attend to it. Unfortunately, in my parents, especially my own father, I really wish I knew all those things before, because I would have been much more strict and strong and said, hey, I understand what's happening. And all the signs that he was presenting were leading to what he has now, which is that Alzheimer's disease and a nursing home. And that happened quite quickly, over 4 to 5 years. And yeah, we could have changed that if I had known the signs then to back myself up, and to know also the remedies to put in place to create the change. Yeah. So I hope you're well, and I hope you understand that the foundation of sleep is essential. It builds on your success in everything that you do, in the calmness and presence in your relationships with your loved ones, in your ability to deal with change and the way this world is going through drastic change, in your ability to be innovative and creative in your problem solving, and in your way of, dealing with the forever change all around us, and in your relationship with yourself. being an example to others, being able to hold that space within yourself. So it really offers your gold mine of infinite potential. Without sleep, we are not our true selves. We become different. We become programmed by fear. We become programmable, and we become fear-based, unstable, and life is really not rich and free and joyful the way it could be. I hope everything I've said resonates on some level with you. I have seen it with my clients. I have worked with hundreds of people on with this, people that have never meditated, that have never reflected really on food and gut health or whether their sleep could become better, that have come across me and have therefore sat in my classes and have had private sessions and said it's life changing. It has changed their mindset, their depression, and it was pretty much instant for some people. It was that pivotal and they were that ready. So, yeah, I'm very experienced. I'm still forever learning. I'm always looking up the latest. I'm always grounding myself in all of what I say and teach, and I reflect in it and I look for new ways and easier ways to create this change in all of us so that we really can thrive from deep within with this foundation of sleep that we spend a third of our lives in. That just shows you how important it is. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I would love to hear your questions, your thoughts, your doubts, um, all of it. I believe science is about questioning everything and realizing that we are all unique and that there's not always a recipe that will match two or three people. I'm here to help you tailor that. I'm here to help you be true to yourself, support that so that you can be equipped to step into this fully on your own or with some more support.